As an electric vehicle owner, you've embraced the future. You enjoy the silent ride, the instant torque, and the feeling of driving past gas stations. But there's a dark secret lurking under the hood, a silent killer that is eating away at your investment day by day. It's called depreciation. And in the world of EVs, it's not just a gentle slope, it's a cliff. Why is your 3-year-old technologically advanced EV losing value faster than a traditional gasoline car? The answer is far more complex than you think. It's a story of invisible chemical decay, the brutal pace of technological progress, and the all-powerful brain that manages your car's heart. Today, we are going deep into the real-world anxieties of EV owners. My investigation has uncovered 3 next-level pain points that are now the biggest killers of your car's value: the chemical betrayal of the battery, the digital brain that decides its fate, and the technological tsunami of 800-volt platforms. And finally, we will reveal why some brands, like BYD, seem to have found the secret to defying this financial gravity. Before we dissect the chemistry, a quick note. The depreciation data I'm about to show you is alarming. I've compiled the full breakdown, including the specific failure rates of different battery brands and a list of EVs that hold their value best, into my 2025 Global EV Consumer Report. I can't fit all 30 pages of data into this video, so I've made the PDF available for free download for a limited time. The link is in the description. Grab it while it's free, because this data could save you thousands of dollars. The number one culprit behind depreciation is, unsurprisingly, the battery. But the real story is not that batteries degrade, but how they degrade. And after a deep analysis, we can see a world of difference between the 2 dominant chemistries, LFP and NMC, which is the first crucial clue. NMC, nickel manganese cobalt, or ternary lithium, is the high-performance athlete. It boasts high energy density, which means longer range in a lighter package. But this performance comes at a cost: a shorter, more volatile lifespan. An average NMC battery is rated for 1,500 to 2,000 cycles. Its chemical bonds are less stable, making it more susceptible to degradation from heat and fast charging. LFP, lithium iron phosphate, is the marathon runner. It's heavier, but its crystal structure is incredibly robust. It can endure 3,000 to as many as 10,000 charge cycles. It is fundamentally more stable and less prone to degradation. This chemical difference has dramatic real-world consequences. Let's take 2 cars, both with a 500-kilometer nominal range. Real-world data shows that after 5 years, the LFP-equipped car might still have 360 kilometers of range. The NMC-equipped car? Its range could plummet to just 280 kilometers. That's an 80-kilometer difference. But even more important is the pattern of decay. Deeper research reveals a critical distinction. NMC batteries tend to degrade faster in the early years, with a reported annual decay rate of 5 to 8%. Initially, LFP batteries, on the other hand, exhibit a much slower, more linear degradation, often less than 2% annually for the first few thousand cycles. This predictability is golden for the used car market. After compiling data from multiple sources, we can draw a clear conclusion. At the critical 3-year mark, a typical LFP battery degrades by about 6%, while a comparable NMC battery degrades by 12%. That 6% difference translates to 30 kilometers of lost range, a tangible and significant loss of value. The chemical choice made by the manufacturer years ago becomes a financial reality for the owner today. But within this chemical battle, we've found a clear outlier: a technology that seems to bend the rules of degradation. BYD's Blade Battery. The Blade Battery is an LFP battery, so it already has the inherent advantage of stability and longevity. But BYD has taken it to another level through structural and material innovation. Their lab data shows it can withstand 4,500 charge cycles. A separate test showed 5,000 cycles with 91% capacity retention. This is in a league of its own. But what's truly staggering is the data coming from actual owners. Feedback from multiple owners shows an average 3-year degradation of just 8%, far better than the 15% seen on some competing NMC models. An extreme case is presented. One BYD owner, after driving 50,000 kilometers over 3 years, recorded a battery degradation of only 3%. His range dropped from 605 kilometers to just 586 kilometers. This is practically unheard of. By analyzing its long-term performance, we've found that the Blade battery exhibits a unique degradation pattern. A relatively faster drop in the first year, around 8%, followed by an incredibly slow and stable decline in subsequent years, around 1.5% annually. This front-loaded degradation, followed by a long plateau of stability, makes it extremely predictable and valuable in the long term. However, after digging into the data, we must issue a critical warning. Charging habits matter. A Blade battery car that is consistently charged to 100% shows a 6% higher capacity loss over 3 years than one charged to 90%. A car that is predominantly fast-charged shows a 12% degradation, double that of a car that is mostly slow-charged, 6%. This proves that while the technology is robust, user behavior remains a critical factor. If the battery chemistry is the hardware, the battery management system, or BMS, is the all-powerful brain that controls it. And here's a critical fact. 90% of premature battery failures are rooted in a flawed or poorly managed BMS. The BMS has 3 critical jobs that directly impact your car's value. Job number 1, accurate state of charge, SOC estimation. This is the fuel gauge. A cheap BMS can be wildly inaccurate, leading to consistent over-discharging, which causes irreversible chemical damage. Job number 2, cell balancing. A battery pack is a team of thousands of cells. Over time, tiny differences cause imbalance. Some cells get overcharged, others undercharged. A high-quality BMS uses active balancing to constantly shuffle energy between cells, keeping the entire team in perfect harmony. Job number 3, thermal management. This is the most critical job. It needs to keep the battery in its happy zone of 15 to 35 degrees Celsius. A failure to do so is catastrophic. At 45 degrees Celsius, 113 degrees Fahrenheit, a battery degrades 2.5 times faster. This is where the giants separate themselves. Tesla's BMS is the industry's gold standard, using high-precision voltage sampling, accurate to 2 millivolts, and sophisticated AI algorithms. This is why a 5-year-old Tesla Model 3 can have a degradation rate of just 7%. BYD's BMS demonstrates another kind of genius: adaptation and robustness. Its true strength lies in its deep, synergistic integration with the Blade battery's LFP chemistry. The software knows the hardware's soul market feedback is clear. A superior BMS doesn't just give you a longer-lasting battery, it directly translates to a 30% higher resale value. The brain determines the value. But even if your battery chemistry is perfect and your BMS is a genius, there is a new, external force that is causing a value collapse: the 800-volt technological tsunami. The industry is now rapidly shifting from 400-volt to 800-volt systems. Why? Higher voltage allows for dramatically faster charging. The difference is brutal. A typical 400-volt car takes about 40 minutes for a 30 to 80% fast charge. A modern 800-volt car can do the same in just 15 minutes. As one used car dealer bluntly stated, a 15-minute charge is the new standard. This technology gap is creating a depreciation cliff. When Zeekr launched their new 800-volt version, the price of the older 400-volt used models dropped by 5% overnight. BYD's Han EV saw its residual value fall by 27% in a single month after a major tech upgrade that included an 800-volt platform. A veteran industry analyst's advice is something we should all heed. Only buy a pure EV platform and make sure it has at least 800 volts fast charging and a 500-kilometer range. Otherwise, don't touch it. So, in this perfect storm, how has BYD managed to thrive in the resale market, often outperforming even Tesla? It's the success of a systemic strategy. The Blade battery advantage, its LFP chemistry, unique structure, and intelligent BMS give it an unparalleled advantage. A 3-year-old BYD Han EV has a resale value 9.2 percentage points higher than a comparable Tesla Model 3, with the battery's superior health contributing to 63% of that value difference. Safety equals value has become their consumer mantra. Explosive growth in Europe. In April 2025, their pure EV sales in Europe surpassed Tesla's for the first time, with a year-over-year growth of 169%. This rapid market acceptance builds consumer confidence and directly supports resale values, building trust and after-sales support. Their vehicles have earned 5-star Euro NCAP safety ratings, a golden passport in the European market. They are aggressively building out service centers and parts distribution hubs, addressing the crucial need for reliable after-sales support. They are playing the long game, understanding that a car's value is not just determined on the day it's sold, but over its entire lifetime. The depreciation of your electric car is the result of a complex battle being fought on 3 fronts: a chemical war inside the battery, a software war inside the BMS, and a technological arms race on the factory floor. The conclusion is inescapable. In the electric era, not all cars are created equal. So, what's my final analysis on all of this? I believe we are witnessing the painful but necessary transition from EV 1.0 to EV 2.0. EV 1.0 was about proving it was possible. We, the early adopters, accepted the depreciation cliff as the price of admission to the future. But EV 2.0 is about maturity. It's about total cost of ownership, long-term reliability, and a seamless user experience. The factors we discussed today, battery chemistry, BMS intelligence, and high-voltage architectures, are the defining pillars of this new era. My prediction is that in the next 2 to 3 years, a car's resale value will become the single most important battleground for automakers. The winners will not be those who just sell the most cars, but those who can prove their technology stands the test of time. And this is where I see companies like BYD having a structural advantage. Their obsession with LFP chemistry and vertical integration, which once seemed conservative, is now looking incredibly prescient. They built their house on a foundation of rock, longevity, and safety, while others built on the sand of raw, short-term performance. My advice to you, the consumer, is this: start thinking like an investor. Look past the shiny features. Ask the hard questions. What is the battery chemistry? How advanced is the BMS? Is this an 800-volt platform? Because in this new era, you are not just buying a car. You are making a long-term bet on a rapidly evolving technology. Choose wisely. The future of your investment depends on it. Remember, knowledge is your only hedge against depreciation. If you want to see the exact resale value charts and the black box repair costs we uncovered, don't forget to download the free consumer intelligence report below. It's the guide I wish I had before buying my first EV. Now, I want to hear from you. After seeing all this data, what is your biggest fear about long-term EV ownership? Is it the chemical decay of the battery, the intelligence of the BMS, or the fear of technological obsolescence from things like the 800-volt to tsunami? What has your own experience been like? Share your stories and your battery health data in the comments below. Your voice is crucial in pushing the industry forward. If this deep dive into the hidden world of EV value resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to Volt China, and hit that notification bell. Let's navigate this revolution together, with our eyes wide open. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.